Hi guys, so now we're gonna see the verb to be. The verb to be is very important because it will help us to describe people or tell everybody what somebody is doing. So I am, you are, she is, he is, we are, you all are, or they are is a verb to be. Easy, right? Now, the verb to be in Spanish is a little more complicated because we have two verbs to be, ser and estar. And I will explain these to you. Okay, guys, so you remember I told you about the verb to be in English is just like I am, you are, she is, he is, we are, they are, you all are. Okay, in Spanish we have two. Yep, two. Ser and estar. Which one do we use? So, if you remember ser as a doctor, like description, occupation, characteristics, time, origin, relationships, or religion, and estar as clift. So, like condition, like to be sick is a condition, location, ing, feelings, and temporary or temporal things like the coffee is hot or cold. If something is temporal, it's gonna be cold again or it can be heat. Okay, so when you're talking about yo, that I, in Spanish you have two choices to say I am. Yo soy or yo estoy. For two, you, informal, you also will have two choices. Okay? So for yo, remember, depends if you're talking about a doctor or cleft is the one you will decide if it's soy or estoy. Two will be eres or it will be estar. Again, you have to choose between the two of them, depends, or what you're talking about. For example, you are Christian, religion, so tú eres. You are sick, tú estás, because it's a condition. And then we have usted, él, and ella. And they are in the same square because all of them share S, S, S. And for a star, all of them are in the third square because the three of them are está, está, está. And the same thing. Depends what you're talking about. He is a doctor. Okay. It's an occupation. So él es. She is at in the school. Location. So ella está. And remember, all this side is one. And usted, él, and ella is one person. Usted, él, and ella is one person or one thing. Because we don't have it. So it's the one we have to use for any kind of things or person that is one thing. So yo, if you put more than yo, like you and more people, somebody else is somos. Nosotros somos. Or nosotros estamos. That was my cat. So nosotros somos or nosotros estamos. Both are we are. The one you are gonna use is depends what you're saying. We are friends is relationship. We are sad is a feeling. So now vosotros is just using in Spain. Just in Spain means you all. Vosotros sois or vosotros estáis. Remember, you all. And depends what you're talking about is the one you will be using. Now, let's talk about ustedes, multiple people, you all, everywhere else except Spain, Ellos son and ellos son. All of them have son because they're three together. Ustedes están, ellos están, and ellas están. Both of them finish in N. Do you notice that? So now, all of these are more, right, than one person. Very different than the one in the left, right? Usted, él, and ella is just one person. So let's see. Usted, él, and ella is one thing, but ustedes, ellos, and ellas is multiple things or multiple people. I put it in a square right here so you remember you're talking about multiple things. That doesn't include you, because remember the one includes you is nosotros. Can be two things or two people, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are always going to be using son or están. Always, always, always. More than one thing. At least it's somebody else and I. Then you use nosotros. Other than that, you're going to use son or están. Now, if you're talking about just one thing or one person that is not yourself, and you are not talking to two, like another person, like when you're having a conversation, you use two, you are beautiful, something like that. You're talking about a boy, a girl, or somebody very, very formal, like the president. You are going to use this one in circle, just one person. And I'm going to put in a circle, and it's going to be green. This is the one you use. For example, the table is beautiful. Okay, we don't have it, but we know the table can be feminine, masculine, it doesn't matter, because they're all in the same square. So it's going to be la mesa es bonita. Why? Because it's a characteristic. Remember, ustedes, ellos, and ellas, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter, 6. You are using the one in red. I'm always finishing N. Okay? Now you have to decide if it's son or están. That is the one you have to decide using Dr. or Clift. Okay. Let's see some examples. Yo have to guess. Alto. You remember, alto means tall. First, you have to say yo. Which one? What is yo? Okay, I have two choices, soy or estoy. Which one I should use? Alto is a characteristic. So, doctor. I should be using doctor. So, would be soy or estoy. Okay, very, very good. Soy. Yo soy alto. Let's see another example. Yo en Colombia. Yo is I, en is in, Colombia is a country. So let's see which one I should use. Soy or estoy? Well, Cliff say location is estoy. So I should be using estoy. You think I should use es? O somos? O estamos? No. Just yo because estoy because it's yo. Okay, another example. Yo de Colombia. Be careful. This is not en Colombia. This is de Colombia. From Colombia. Origin is where you are from, no in. So, ser o estar. Okay, you remember, doctor is ser, origin. I am from Colombia. So, soy or estoy? Soy. Very good. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see more examples. Now, I'm gonna put a name. Mario y Martha, blank, guapos, good looking. Okay, good looking. Martha and Mario, one person or multiple people? One or multiple? Multiple. So I included me? No. So the red one, Son or Stan. Now I have to decide. Good looking. What is? Son or Stan? Son, because it's a characteristic. Let's see. Mario, guapo. We're just talking about one person this time. Which one would be? It says, right? Because it's just one and its characteristics. Martha, guapa. It's still one. It doesn't matter if it's a girl. It's an S. Very good. Then Marta y yo. Be careful. Even if it's multiple people, including me. So it's the only time you are going to go to the top when including you and more will be nosotros o somos or estamos. That you have to decide. Depends of what you're talking about. But we're still talking about characteristics of descriptions, so it will be somos. You are doing great. Okay, so let's do a couple more. Mario y Martha en la clase. I already know because it's in the class, it's location. So it will be estar, and it's multiple people, so it's the red one. So son or Stan? Stan, right? Because it's a location. It's getting easier once you practice more and more. So it is very important to practice in order to get better, definitely. 2, it is a very easy one because with 2, they always tell you exactly what you have to look for. 2. And 2 is right there. In the second, number 2 is in the second line, number 2 line. So, tú eres or tú estás? Well, depends, right? In this case, you are describing like you are intelligent. So, eres, the verb ser. Very, very good. Okay, let's try a couple more. Remember, ser is description. Por ejemplo, Laura flaca. Es, because it's one person. Laura es flaca. Flaca means skinny. It's a description. Occupation. Yo, maestra. So occupation, soy. Remember, we are using verb ser, just verb ser. So I don't have to decide between ser and estar because I know I'm doing the verb ser right now. Characteristics. La leche blanca is a characteristic of the leche, right? Or the description. I think it goes like together. They go together. Okay, time. El día, the day. Should we put frío? Let me think. I don't know. Let me change my mind. I changed my mind. Well, if I grow el día es frío, it will be es frío because it's time. But let me do something else. Okay. Let's think about it. Oh, It is 1 a.m. So it's just one, right? It's 1 hour. So it will be es la una. What about if it's multiple hours, like 3 p.m.? So instead of saying es, you're gonna write son because it's multiple hours on the day. I know in English doesn't make sense because you use it is for both. It is 1 o'clock or it is 3 o'clock, right? Or 3 p.m. No, we don't. When it's 1 a.m. or p.m., we use s because it's 1 hour, and more than that will be son. So la origin, la pluma, the pen, is from plastic or made of plastic. Origin, so S. And last one is R. Nosotros blank de Venezuela. We are from Venezuela. So it will be somos. Very good. Excellent. So now you know exactly how to use the verb ser. Ella, what do you think? Católica. Es, because it's religion. But also the R can be relationship. Like she's my friend. Ella, mi hermana. If you remember, hermana means sister, so it's relationship. She is my sister. So in all these examples, we cannot use the verb estar at all. Although these examples is the verb ser. Okay, excellent. Now let's see the examples of the verb estar. Remember what we use to remember the verb estar? When to use it? Cleft. Some people say place, cleft. I honestly like cleft better because explain better how to use it, but it's okay if you use place. It's more or less the same. Okay, so for cleft, condition. Carlos enfermo, sick, is a condition. So it will be está. It's just one person, right? And for one person is está. Location. Yo, I, en México. Estoy. I am in Mexico. And check right there, right? Estoy. Very good. ing. So ing is exactly what you do for I'm working, I'm studying. We do not put an ing. We put ando or yendo. It's something you don't have to be familiar right now with, but you will in the future. I just want you to know. So if you see a verb saying trabajando, ando, or yendo in the end, that means it's like the substitute for ing, so has to be the verb estar before. So my friends, multiple people will be están. And then feelings. Right there you see están, multiple people, because yeah, there can be more than one, so finish in n, están trabajando, ing. Okay, so let's do the feelings. Ella, she, something is feliz, right? But in this case, it's está feliz because it's a feeling. She's feeling happy. So the next one is temporal things like el café, caliente, hot. Okay, you don't describe a coffee always as a hot because you can buy a cold and hot coffee. So it's not really a description, it's something that is temporal. Or a condition you can think like. Well, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Have a good day.